Hello everyone, my name is Med Scorpion and welcome back to another This Week in Destiny update. Now, there is a broad arrangement of stuff, and if in case you're wondering, I did skip the economy article fully because some of the important stuff that was going to be noticed was going to be put in here too, but I'll double back to that in the follow-up just in case there is something else that I remember is not there that should be there. So save the date. Next season we'll be having a reprised raid that will come back. What it is still officially unknown. Could it be anything from the Leviathan? Could it be something from Destiny 1? We still don't know. According to leaks, it's something, but I'm not going to say it's something just in case it is, because then it will be a spoiler, and I don't want people to, you know, cancel me. But basically, the raid will go live on Friday, September the 1st of 2023, and a few things to keep in mind, just like when King's Fall or Vault of Glass returned. The contest mode will be enabled for 48 hours in case people are unavailable on day 1, or there's just a lot of random glitches that keeps them from happening day 1. Clearing the raid with contest mode active is the first step being able to access challenge mode in the Directors and Secret Triumph. Completing the Secret Triumph will consist of a curated list of challenges and must be completed in challenge mode, will be how a fireteam can snag the world's first titles and get that sweet, sweet belt. To enforce the Triumph requirements in challenge mode, your fireteam will wipe if you fail the success conditions during any encounter. Now, of course, as well, some other stuff. If you don't know about Veil Containment, basically, think of like during Prestige or the exotic missions, anytime there was new dialogue during the mission in the subsequent weeks. This exists for Veil Containment that also explains what the Veil is and does some more storytelling. Now, officially, this is in the very far bottom left of the Neomuna map. Now, if you did it to earn the new strand aspects and the new hand cannon that was brought into the game this season, the solar one available from Nimbus. Basically, if you did that mission, do it again and you'll start to get more and more details based on what the Veil is. And while there is going to be more for the remaining 3 weeks of this season, additional entries will unlock at the start of the next 2 seasons in this year. So if you want to keep learning about the Veil and just hear more lore, you can basically, as the weeks go on, if you just want to let the season roll and then go back to Veil Containment and listen to it all in one big story time, you can do that. Now, of course, this is also a lot more talk about the inspiration, but I won't get into that in case you just want to see what it is for yourself. And of course, week 2 of Solstice, which means that anything Solstice is, of course, you just got to do it. So they basically say, don't judge how you spend your time in Solstice, just do something. And then here is some details. So if you don't know, the Wardens Law hand cannon is something that's going to be coming into Nightfall rotations next season. And Wardens Law was unique because it was a off archetype. Because it was an aggressive frame hand cannon, but instead of only firing 1 bullet, it fired 2 at a time. And there was some buggy things about it, like 4th time's a charm. Theoretically, it could happen in 2 shots, but it didn't, and that sort of thing. So it was a archetype that was left behind. Only one of its kind existed. But they are reworking it, so it is now basically, I think it's a burst hand cannon along the lines of Crimson, but only in a 2-round burst. So there is some details around here, which it goes into a lot more details of specifics, but that is for it. In case you're curious about it, I would let you go through it yourself. But basically, it's them breaking down how Warden's Law is changing and how a new archetype is being developed in this Day of Destiny. And then economy. Now, this is the article that I will open up right here for the future. But basically, some long story short, post-match rewards for playlist activities, including Crucible, Strikes, and Gambit, will be changed to player feedback. Weapons will be coming back into pools for the variety, including Crucible, Strikes, Gambit, Nightfalls, Iron Banner, and Trials of Osiris. Increased drop rates for ritual engrams upon completion. So it's not basically just only seasonal engrams. And then for masterwork material capacity. Now, for Ascendant Shards and Ascendant Alloys, the capacity is being increased all the way from 10 to 30, and as well as that, the Enhancement Prisms are getting doubled, so they're at max cap of 100. And then other things not mentioned in the article is Dead Man's Tail will be added to the exotic loot pool of the exotic mission rotator when Presage is available. This will also make Dead Man's Tail craftable. So get those crafting pants on because it's time to go down for DMT lovers. And they do mention that because it is present in so many places and will be craftable, the DMT will not be available from Xur's wares in Season 22. Now, going forward on that, just going back through it for the main bulk of this article, when you get through it, there is some other things like basically details regarding some weapons that will be coming in. For Crucible, we'll be getting the Unending Tempest Stasis Submachine Gun. For Strikes, we'll be getting the Luna Regolith 3 Solar Sniper Rifle. Gambit will be getting the Quazapan 5 Void Machine Gun. Nightfalls will be getting the Warden's Law, as just mentioned, as well as the Pre-Estinanix 4, a solar precision bow, which all these numbers make them sound like new monarchy weapons, so I wonder if that's something for the future. And then Iron Banner will be getting the Guiding Sight, a strand scout rifle, as well as Point of the Stag and arc bow. And Trials of Osiris will be getting the return of Igneous Hammer, the solar hand cannon, as well as the Cataphract GL3, a strand heavy grenade launcher. So there you go for that. And then this is what we just mentioned. Now there is a change, basically, that because they're increasing the cap, they're reducing they're eliminating the fact that masterwork materials will go into the postmaster. Which, I don't know, they talk about so there's no chance that you delete the 30 engrams just because your postmaster fills up, which I get that it saves the chance that people's materials get deleted. But what about the 10 engrams I have in my postmaster already? Are those going to be deleted as soon as this goes live and I won't be able to save them? And also, personal opinion, triple, and then only double for the one that I have infinite amounts of. I've had 50 enhancement prisms in all 3 of my postmaster practically permanently. So, to that. But then back to on track for our TWID. Let's see, Veil Containment, Economy... And then another vote. So Trials of Osiris will be voted on. I don't know if well, it probably won't be tomorrow. It'll probably be next week's. But basically, do you want Cathedral at Dusk, the biggest map in the rotation right now, Vostok, the next biggest map, or Anomaly, which is one of the next smallest maps? But then as well, stay tuned to the Destiny 2 Twitter channel on August 1st for those looking at a no email wait to vote. And then a huge thank you from Bungie for accessibility and everything. So if you, it's basically one of those things about accessibility and details about that, and as well as Games for Change Festival live stream that in case you wanted to watch, but basically how Bungie is going to help everyone, regardless of their abilities or accessibilities or disabilities, to be allowed to play Destiny in their own way. Now, in terms of the player support report, basically what's broken, there is a kindling armor issue where they are actively investigating a fix for a new issue that has been discovered further along the Solstice Quest chain after 7.5.1 or 7.1.5.1. The issue has kept the kindling pop-up active for some players and further blocks quest progress when rekindling all armor on one character. Now for the event card, while Solstice is live, the event card is active, but the event card is only accessible during the event, so players should be sure to claim anything they have wanted to claim before the event ends on August 8th, and anything unclaimed will be no longer available once the event ends. And it's not like when a season ends and you can claim stuff from the Battle Pass later days. Nope, this is going completely gone. And next week as well, we'll have access to our Sparrows once again in the EAZ, in case you wanted to zoom about in the EAZ. And for more known issues, several Solstice items are missing from collections. We have identified and temporarily turned off a performance optimization that caused visual flickering for some transparent objects on NVIDIA 3000 or 4000 series cards. While we investigate a permanent fix for all players, we anticipate minimal impact on overall performance. The Solstice Challenge in the hot seat is not progressing on all Neomuna activities. Players can still complete this objective by completing Lost Sectors or the Hypernet Current Strike. I honestly just say run a Root of Nightmares and then run the first encounter back again. That should complete it off pretty easy, and Root of Nightmares is, well, pretty easy raid. Certain Honored Centurions in the Gilded Precept Lost Sector are abnormally bright, and due to an issue they have disabled Bolstering Detonation, Focusing Strike, Impact Induction, and Momentum Transfer armor mods. Now Bungie, I know I said this last time I talked about it, but can we please understand why? You just said you disabled them, we never heard the game breaking. If it's like a crash or a ridiculous armor recharge ability, please tell us. I would rather it be disabled because it was absolutely busted or breaking the game, as opposed to it was disabled because Bungie said so and it won't come back until they want it to. Then, aside from that, there is a variety of art and schmiegel, which I'm looking at, that's creepy. I'm going to start looking at that. But that is pretty much everything for the TWAB and the economy update. So, DMT is going to be coming back, and Craftable, economy changes, variety of weapon updates, player support, and the variety of that. So, pretty simple TWID, but hopefully we're going to be getting more details regarding next season, whether it's sandbox, details on the next Strand aspect to be released, new exotics, who knows, but something for next season, please. I'm itching at the boot for it. That, my name is Matt Scorpion, I'll see you in the next video.